Hello, lovelies. Thank you so much for joining me. I am doing a tarot reading, what your guides and angels want you to know for the month of September. And I'm starting out with Taurus because I am a Taurus, so we're the most important, right? Just kidding, but kind of not really. Anyway, I'm doing this because I haven't been doing my tea and tarot lately, and my tea and tarot is really a way for me to um, I don't know. It's a time for me to be charitable. It's a time for me to give readings for people who might not be able to otherwise afford it. Um, so that's why I like to do it. But at this time, we're going to see what your spirit guides, angels, ancestors want you to know for the month of September. Let's see. Maybe they'll give me one more card. Okay, let's see what's coming up here. Ooh, okay, month of September. I feel like there's going to be some freedom for you, Tauruses, out there, um, in terms of home life and the story that you've written for yourself about what your perfect home life is supposed to look like. Because, especially as Tauruses, we kind of get fixated and we're pretty stubborn. We don't like a lot of change. But change is needed in order to grow. And so I feel like there's going to be questioning what, especially if you're arguing with somebody in your household or a family member or a friend, relative, especially if you've had a lot of arguments with them recently. I feel like those arguments or conflicting opinions and ideas are going to help you rewrite your story. You know, what story are we telling ourselves that what's our family supposed to look like? Is it, two parents that stay together but they argue all the time? Like, is that the example that we want to set for our kids? Or is it two people can co-parent and have show our children how relationships can be coexisting? Things like that, or even um, setting an example for your children. If there's somebody, if you keep setting a boundary and they keep crossing that boundary because they don't necessarily care about the boundary that was set, they think that since they're related to you, they're above it. So if you find somebody crossing a boundary, it's important to think about who might be looking up to you. So what example are you setting by allowing this person to keep crossing this boundary and not standing up for yourself or not speaking up? So those are things to consider for the month of September. And before I started the reading, I had intuitively picked out a crystal that I thought might be a good representation of things to come for September for Taurus. And I picked out turquoise. And turquoise isn't necessarily a stone that I associate with Taurus, but it's one that was standing out. And so I have a crystal oracle deck as well, and I looked up what the meaning of the turquoise stone was in there, and that was essentially saying the storytelling. So what story are you telling others about yourself? What story are you telling yourself? So questioning that narrative. Are you telling the story where you're the hero and you're this amazing person, or are you telling the story that you've let yourself down, you've let other people down? You need to choose which way you look at yourself. Even the way that you talk to yourself. I made a post about this recently, but it's also the way we talk to ourselves, right? Are we saying loving words? I catch myself all the time saying, oh, you're not pretty enough, or you don't know what you're talking about. It's my thoughts not lining up with my heart and my gut feeling. I don't have a gut feeling that I'm all those bad things that I tell myself, right? It's just my mind that goes crazy. So then my gut and my heart have to tell my mind, hey, now, we don't tolerate that anymore. We do not talk to ourselves like that. We are beautiful. We are worthy. We are smart. Whatever story you have to tell yourself or tell your thoughts too, that is important at this time. So let's see what other messages. Since it is Halloween time, it's really not. I mean, let's be real, it's not even September yet. But I'm excited for fall and Halloween, and okay, I guess those are all the messages that are supposed to come out. I'm doing all of the mystical, magical type of decks that aren't spooky, because I don't want to scare anybody off with my tarot or oracle readings, but I'm doing my fairies, my mermaids, and my unicorns. I am giving it all. So, angels, ancestors, guides, what messages do you have for the collective for Taurus? So I also like to add in here that this is a collective reading. So this reading is not going to make sense for every single person. It will make sense for many. It will resonate for many, but some people it might just not click with. And so if you know what your sun, moon, and rising signs are, I would recommend checking out all of those videos, not just your sun sign. So check out the other videos as well. Some of those other messages might resonate with you a little bit more. So, Tauruses, what your guides and angels have to say for you for the month of September. Awareness, live in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, look for signs and guidance. So they are telling you to look out, be aware, because your angels and guides are always trying to communicate with you. So have that awareness. Even the smallest things can be a message, especially the small things are messages. Courage, you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So I just talked about that, about setting boundaries and how there might be people in your life that are kind of crossing boundaries, and you need to be really adamant that I set these for a reason, and if you're going to continue to cross these boundaries, then we are going to have to reassess how we are a part of each other's lives. And don't be fearful of I don't want to say cutting people out of your life that aren't good for you, but maybe lessening the amount of time that you spend with them. Some friends even can be very draining, so maybe limiting the amount of time that you spend with a specific friend. As much love as you have for them, you need to recognize your own boundaries and keeping your safety in mind, because when you get yourself drained from other people's energy, then you need to make sure that you're spending the proper amount of time recovering from that. So be cautious with your own energy. Make sure that you are safely allowing yourself time to recuperate from energetic exchanges. We also have magic. Make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. And I think this also goes along with the awareness card that we have here. It's just, we're coming up on such a magical time of year. I feel like fall and winter are both very magical. So don't be afraid to embrace that. I've been saying since April, it's fall, right? Because I just love that time. So if you can embrace the energy of either your favorite time of year, your favorite holiday, your favorite occasion, if you can embrace that energy, you can make any day magical. We have compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. So I tell many people this, that you are a light and other people see your light shining so brightly, but you can't see it for yourself. So this is your reminder for the month of September to recognize your own light. And when you can recognize that you are a light in the world, it allows you that, I feel like it allows you more energetic freedom to know that our energy can be an exchange, there's a give and a take, and be gentle with yourself, and feel when you're getting to that point where you need to take a step back and a breather. So that recognition, the boundaries, the recognition, your spirit guides might be telling you need to take a step back. And if you don't listen, they will put you on your ass. So if you do not listen when they are saying it's time to take a step back, it's time to take a break, and you keep, no, I got to get this done, I got to push, you'll get sick. You will have some type of block where you cannot finish specific tasks because your spirit team has been trying to send you these messages to take a break. And so if you're not listening, they will make it happen. Be gentle with yourself too. And I think that also comes with, what we talked about, the way you talk to yourself too. So be gentle with yourself. There is a call in September for there to be transparency. Be honest, authentic, genuine, and present. And I think that this really goes along with everything that we just talked about. The boundaries and being a light. When you are your most honest, most authentic self, that's when you shine your brightest. That's when you're really going to be attracting and magnetizing your soul family. They're going to really see your light shining. So being transparent and honest is going to get you the furthest this coming month. We have the Journey card. I love this card. It has mushrooms and a bunny and a fairy. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. So whether that's one last travel hurrah for the summer, you take one last little mini vacation or mini getaway, maybe you take a journey to visit family or friends, maybe it's an inner journey too. Maybe it's time that you really start recognizing maybe you're planning out your life path, or not even planning out, but looking at your life and where you plan on going. So maybe it's about setting a goal of where you want to be in a certain amount of time even, and be flexible with that, be gentle with yourself and be reasonable. But maybe it's also about taking a journey on writing out little steps that you might be able to take to get to that end goal, or even manifesting too. Maybe manifesting with this next new moon where you want to be going. So that journey. So this next new moon might be important for you, or a really good time for manifesting and journeying. All right, so now we are looking for what final messages do we have? Angels, ancestors, guides, what do my Taurus family need to know for the month of September? Okay, so I'm seeing here a really strong connection forming for you guys. The first set of tarot cards that I drew, we had the 10 of Cups in reverse, and now I'm seeing the 10 of Cups upright. So there's definitely a shift that's coming. And whether that be rewriting that narrative of what your perfect family life and perfect home life looks like for you. That might be a big part of it. It looks like for the month of September, there's going to be some type of new journey that you're stepping into. You might be questioning it. You might be thinking, is this safe? Is this an okay route for me to be taking? I feel like there's some questioning energy from this. I don't always read this card this way. It's the Fool in reverse, but this is how I'm feeling in this specific instance. And it feels like there's a lot of questioning of safety, because it feels like we're stepping outside of our comfort zone for the month of September. I have the Two of Cups, so there's some type of strong relationship or bond that's going to be forming between you and somebody else. And so maybe that bond makes you feel uncomfortable. It could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, partnership, it could be somebody that you're co-creating with in your business or something like that. But I feel like they're going to give you a lot of insight in how your life can be shifting to create something better than maybe you had ever even imagined. I have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you might find yourself questioning your own creative abilities. You might be questioning, I feel like what's coming up too is like it is a worthiness type of energy. You might be questioning your worthiness or your do why didn't I see this before? How come I didn't think of this myself? Maybe since somebody else had to give me these ideas, then this creation isn't really my own. Maybe I'm just feeding into what they've given me. So this might resonate with some people and it might not with others. But I feel like this shift in energy and this questioning of your life, different very specific areas of your life. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming, and she is so solid, because once this foundation kind of gets readjusted and you start to really feel into your own worthiness and feeling confident in the decisions that you make, I feel like there needs to be a shift in confidence too with you guys. But I feel like there's this really strong, grounded energy that you are stepping into. She is sitting there. She is so content and happy. She is totally at peace, but I also feel like she's confident too. She's confident with the decisions that she has made to lead her to where she is. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles can be like that mother that does it all. It can be the mother that works full time and she is there for her kids as much as she possibly can be. It could be the single mom that works 2-3 jobs to support her family, but she is strong and she is grounded and she's there for her kids. So that might resonate with some people as well. And if there is something in your life coming up where you're questioning your marriage or your relationship, and how can I create a good coexisting relationship for my family here, I feel like this is really your response, that you can do it. You've got this. You are a strong individual. But that's only going to apply to some of the people watching, definitely. It's a very specific message. But if you are in a relationship, you're in a happy marriage, or a marriage that maybe you might need a little bit of work, I do see like some marriages or relationships getting worked on in the month of September. And it's going to make it it's gonna feel a little bit rocky because some conversations might be had that make you feel uncomfortable, but it's gonna make you guys stronger in the end. There's definite strength in the energy of these cards. So one of the messages we have here, month of September for Taurus. This is the full moon in Virgo card. You are good enough. So if you're questioning your worthiness, maybe you've stepped into a relationship or a job and in the month of September, and you're like, what did I do to deserve this? You are worthy. You are good enough. You are more than good enough to have everything that you want in life and more. So having that confidence and self-worth is super important this coming month. We have the Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And I really feel like this with this Two of Cups energy and even the Ten of Cups energy. You know, it's really, there's a strong, loving connection that's coming through for this next month. So loving yourself, letting others in too, because sometimes we put up our wall and we don't allow other people in because we've been hurt too many times. But this is saying, let your guard down, trust, allow yourself to be loved. And then we also have the Eagle card, see from a higher perspective. And I feel like this is going along with the shift that's happening for you guys, and the shakeup. Even though things can feel a little bit rocky, we need to have that higher perspective of what can I learn from this situation? Where is this path leading me? Because sometimes we need to experience certain things in order to learn from them and put us on a new path or in a new direction. Maybe our path is shifting altogether. So seeing from a higher perspective. So that was a lot of beautiful energy for you, Tauruses. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to send me a message. Or if you would like an in-depth personal reading, please send me a message and we can get that scheduled in. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful month of September, which I'm sure you will. And I'll be seeing you guys later.